He's his own worst enemy. She's her own worst enemy. Self-sabotage. Being your own worst enemy. I'm sure you've heard that phrase before. He's his own worst enemy. She's her own worst enemy. I remember when I was a kid, I used to hear that all the time. You know, at some point, many of us have found ourselves stuck in a cycle of self doubt, procrastination, or even actively undermining our own success. You know, it's very painful and frustrating because often we are the ones getting in our own way. That's where that term comes from. You're your own worst enemy. This is the nature of self sabotage. We ultimately hold the keys to our own success, but we fail to unlock the door because of our own limiting beliefs, fears, or unhealthy habits. You know, some of this stuff can come from like our childhood, the way we was raised, you know, watching our parents or watching our neighbors or our cousins and like that. Some of these things come from that, you know, people that like you got that one cousin that's always coming over wanting to borrow money. He's got this new business opportunity. He just can't wait to try it, but he needs the money for it. Or this new can't miss thing. I'm sure you've got relatives like that. I know I've had them too. I've even been like that too. I can guarantee I've tried hundreds of different businesses from Amway all the way up to, you know, whatever I can think of that. But anyways, the thing is, it's called an act of consciously or unconsciously preventing yourself from reaching your goals, despite knowing that they would lead to a more fulfilling life. It can manifest in various ways through procrastination, negative self talk, perfectionism, or even self destructive behaviors like overindulgence or avoidance. The root cause often lies deep in the psyche, connected to feelings of unworthiness, fear of failure, or fear of success itself. So, why do we do this? I mean, why? Well, here's a few things I'm going to read off. The fear of failure. It's often easier to stay in our comfort zone, even though it's not serving us, than to risk trying something new and falling, ironically, on your face. This mindset can also stem from fear of success. We might subconsciously believe that if we succeed, we'll be expected to maintain that success, and then the pressure becomes unbearable. You know, you'll think like, wow, if I get a lot of money, people will be asking me for money all the time, and I can't say no. And I mean, it just goes through your head, all this stuff. Or maybe you got low self-esteem. You don't believe you're worthy of happiness, success, love. So you may self-sabotage yourself to avoid the discomfort of having to face your own perceived flaws. You know, they say it's better to have loved and lost than not to have loved. This conflict creates an environment where you push away opportunities even when they are exactly what you need. Perfectionism. Perfectionism is often a form of procrastination. You know, everything's got to be just so, otherwise you're not happy with it. I used to do that too, man. Oh, that don't sound right, and I'd erase it and start all over again, or throw out the paper I was typing or whatever, and you know, years ago. But now, the fear of failure or fear of being judged can freeze us in place, making us reluctant to take action. And here's another one, negative self-talk. Constantly telling yourself you're not good enough or that you'll never make it is a form of self-sabotage. You know, I've heard of people saying, well, you know, everybody was telling me that I can't do it, so, or somebody has told you for years you can't do it, you're ugly, you know, you're fat, you're this, you're that, and after a while you believe it. Well, don't, because everybody's beautiful in their own way. See, what this does is it reinforces your belief that you're incapable, and it keeps you from trying to succeed in the first place. And then there's self-destructive habits. Sometimes self-sabotage is more direct, manifesting in unhealthy behaviors like overindulgence. You got addiction, withdrawing from relationships. You're afraid you're not good enough for that relationship, or maybe you get into drugs or alcohol. These actions may provide short-term relief, but ultimately create barriers to long-term fulfillment and success. Like alcohol. People, they drown their sorrows, and alcohol is a depressant. It just makes you more sad. So if you're sad, don't drink because it'll make you more sad. I know there's some happy drunks, but breaking free from the cycle of self-sabotage starts with recognizing the patterns and understanding why they exist. It requires introspection, vulnerability, and the willingness to confront uncomfortable truths. Once you're able to acknowledge the ways we're holding ourselves back, we can start making intentional choices that empower us. Now, here's a few tips for you to overcome self-sabotage. Identify your triggers. Pay attention to the moments when you find yourself procrastinating or engaging in negative self-talk. What specific thoughts or circumstances trigger these behaviors? Recognizing these patterns is the first step towards breaking free from them. Practice self-compassion. Love yourself first. Be kind to yourself. Understand that everyone makes mistakes and that perfection is not the goal. Embrace your flaws and learn from them rather than letting them define you. Set realistic goals for yourself. Rather than aiming for perfection or shooting for the stars, set achievable goals that will help you move forward. Break big tasks into smaller ones. Manageable them to prevent you from feeling overwhelmed. You can manage them better if you do just small steps. Challenge negative thoughts. When negative thoughts arise, challenge them. Ask yourself, is this thought based on reality, or is it just a fear holding me back? Replacing negative beliefs with positive affirmations can shift your mindset. Let's take, for instance, I'm afraid to drive my car because what if I get in an accident? Or what if I run into something? And what if I do this? Or what if I do that, What if? What if it's the best thing that ever happened to you when you left, Seek support. It's often helpful to share your struggles with others. Talk to a trusted friend or a therapist can help a fresh perspective and emotional support. Visit my website. Give me a call. I'm here to help you. Or just talk to a friend or somebody that you trust. The only person standing in your way is the one you see in the mirror. By taking ownership of your thoughts and actions, you can break free from self-sabotage and start creating the life you deserve. Oh, somebody's at my back door. You don't need to be your own worst enemy. You have the power to be your greatest ally instead. Thanks for watching the video, and thank you, everyone. This is the Ministry Dude. We love you, and if we can be any help, I'll leave a link to my website. My phone number's on there, my email. Feel free to give me a call. Thank you.